Hey guys, it's Brian from Deerfield. Today we want to take you through a stock fishing mate cart. This is right out of the box with orange tires, stock axle, and what we're going to do today is we are going to install a Grandslam from Deerfield. So this Grandslam is going to include a lift kit with 2 axles, beach wheel tires, a storage handle. We're also going to add the senior cart floor to this cart, and it's going to be a huge upgrade, but we want to take you through the process of the product installation that we have and how easy it is as you get your products, and we're going to go through it just like you would be doing it at home. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first things first, we've got our cart here, and we're going to go ahead and take this stock axle off of here, and then we're going to get our lift kit installed so we can start. So you're going to start with 1 7/16 wrench, and you're just going to go ahead and get these U-bolts out of here, and we will not need those again, so once you get them out, you can just place those to the side. You can use power tools for some of this stuff. We are just doing it with wrenches because we want to do it in case people at home do not have power tools, are more likely to have a wrench that they can work with. So now that that's unbolted, we're just going to take this out of the way, and we're done with that. So now that that's out of the way, all of these, we don't need these anymore. So we're going to take that out. We're going to unpin the front one and take that out as well. So you've got your 2 that come standard, and they're gone. Don't need them anymore with the lift kit. So now that we have our cart, it's completely disassembled. We're just working with the frame now. We're going to go ahead and get the lift kit installed, and let's get to it. So here's our lift kit from Deerfield. This is offered with a diamond plate floor and a mesh floor as well. We're just going to take our stock frame and we're going to set it into the lift kit just like that. And then what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to take your tape measure and you're just going to want to center it up. You can pull from one end to the other and just measure and make sure that you have this centered up on the cart. You can also mark a center line on it and do it that way, whichever way you prefer, but you do just want to center up the lift kit on your frame. And that's all there is to it. So now we're actually going to install it. We've got it centered up. What we're going to use now, we're going to take our drill and our 1/4 inch drill bit. We're going to go ahead and chuck that up. And there are 4 bolt holes that we drill from Deerfield. And all you're going to do is take that and drill all the way through your frame, and then we're going to bolt it together. from us, we do supply all of your stainless steel hardware. So you get bolts with nuts and washers and nylock nuts. So each bolt has 2 washers, so you'll put one on each side, and I like to just do one side first, get that one started, and then we go down here, go ahead and get that one on there. Once we have that, we can go ahead and tighten this side up. Alright, now that we have that, I'm going to flip it around so I can drill the other side. Alright, now we've got that side drilled, so we're going to go ahead and install our bolts on this side. Go ahead and tighten those up with your wrenches. And there you have it. So that's a full install for a lift kit. We do have people that just buy lift kits, so that would be your full install for your lift kit. Now that you do have your lift kit installed, you can install your axles and your tires, and then you'll be on a rolling frame then. Hey guys, back again. This is Brian from Deerfield. So we're doing a Grandslam install on a brand new fish and mate cart. And now we're going to get into the installation of the storage handle. So let's get after it. So we've got our storage handle. This is the way it comes from us. Obviously it'll come in a box. Your slip mounting tubes right here come zip tied on where your pins of your factory fish and mate pins is what you're going to use on this. There are 2 factory pins on the front of your cart, and we're going to use, but we go ahead and zip tie this, and then all you got to do is cut your zip ties when you get it and go forward with the install. Alright, so now that we've got our handle slip tubes already taken away, From the handle itself, we're going to go ahead and install these in the proper location. All of our handles, they are going to, the way we want to install this is we're going to come off of this tube as a center line of the cart, and I've already pre-marked these, and I'm going to show you what I did. So we're going to take a tape measure and we're going to mark a center right here of that tube, and then we're going to come over 6 inches each way, and that right there is going to be the center line of these slip tubes right here. So you're going to be from center to center 12 inches is going to be your mounting. So when I do that, I like to get that mark on there, and then I get back here and I see that I am on my center line right here. And if you have a clamp, you can take a clamp of any style and you can put a clamp to hold that in place for you so you're not fighting it. But you're going to center your bracket up and down so that your top of your angle bracket is to the top of the cart frame itself. And once you've done that, if you have it clamped properly, you could clamp it and drill straight through. If you don't have clamps and you want to hold this up there, what I advise to do is to center that up. We're going to take a marker, and all I did was just mark where that hole goes. And then we're going to do the exact same thing down here at the bottom. Okay? So now that I've got those marked, I can take this away. Now I can drill my mounting holes. So in order to do the mounting holes, you can do this a couple of different ways. You can use your drill with a 1/4 inch bit, or you can use a drill with an 1/8 inch bit and make you a pilot hole and then step it up to a 1/4 inch bit, whichever you prefer. I'm going to go ahead and use a 1/4 inch bit. I've done this a few times. So now that we've done that, we can take our bracket again, go ahead and take one of the supplied bolts with a washer. I like to run it from the inside facing out. The head of the bolt itself is shallower than the washer with the full nylock nut, so it'll actually give you more space on the inside of your cart. So once you get that, put your washer on and your nut, and you can go ahead and hand tighten that, and then we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. And we're going to put our washer on this side with the nut. And once we have that, we're going to go ahead and tighten these up. that's all there is to it. And we're going to do the same thing over here. So now that we have our handle tubes installed, now you can take your handle and slip it down in here. And we're going to take the supplied pins that are already on the fishing mate. Once you have your axle centered up, we're just going to go ahead and tighten up these U-bolts. And the easiest way to center up your axle, if you get everything on here, this U-bolt's tight, this one's still loose. Once you have both of these loose, if you just take a tape measure and measure from the edge of the lift kit out to the end, and then come over here and do the same thing to this side, and you just center it up. Again with the Grandslam install, what we've done so far, we've got our lift kit installed, we've already installed our slip tubes for our storage handle, and we've installed our axles. Now we're going to go ahead and move to the senior cart floor. This is a big upgrade. Fishing mate comes with just bars in the floor. You always have stuff falling through, you know, hooks, you name it. Even coolers, they can get off center and kind of not sit flat. So this will prevent all of that from happening. It'll make your life way easier. So what we're going to do when we get our senior cart floor, we're going to go ahead and put the two halves in here. There is a front and a back because this center bar on fishing mate is not truly in the center. It is offset by just a little bit, and we've accounted for that so that this seam is directly on the middle support bar. So you will find that when you get a floor from us. Once you have it on the right sides, just go ahead and line up this center seam. You have a notch out around here, and you just want to make sure that looks nice and seamless. That's the way it was designed, and it'll just go right together. So for this install, we're going to take a drill with an 1/8 inch drill bit. We already have pre-laser cut holes in here so that you can install the fastener of your choice. What we're going to use today, our primary fastener that we use for a lot of our products, whether it comes to flooring, diamond plate, or the mesh, we use pop rivets. And we're going to show you how to do pop rivets. If you don't have pop rivets or a pop rivet gun, you can use self-tapping screws. So we're going to go ahead, we've got our floors lined up, and we're going to go ahead and start drilling. Once you get one hole drilled, you can go ahead to keep it where you drilled that and you're not moving everything around. You can go ahead and pop that first one into place, and now the floor is kind of locked in. You can check yourself, Make sure you didn't move anything around. I'm gonna go all the way over here to the other side. I might go ahead and get that one in there. Once I have one on each side, I know that my floor can't shift around and get out of square with everything else. So once you have two, you can go ahead and drill all the rest. Once you have all those, we can go ahead and pop rivet that. For you guys that don't know what I'm using, this is a pop rivet gun. This is what we use, and these are the pop rivets. So this just goes in here. I'll squeeze one so you can see what happens. This right here is on a mandrel, and when you squeeze it down, it mushrooms. So when you put that into a hole, it's mushrooming inside of this tubing, and it's just clamping that floor to the bar. So if you don't, like I said, if you don't have pop rivets, it's not a problem. You can get some little bitty self-tapping screws. I have seen people use zip ties before. I'm not a big fan of it aesthetically. It doesn't look as good, but some people do not like to drill holes. So that is their preference. And by all means, zip tie it if you want to use zip ties. And that's it for that right there. We're going to go ahead and do this side exactly like we did that. We're going to drill two. Go ahead and get that pop. Go ahead and do the rest of the holes. And that's going to be the full install for our senior cart floor. So here's our cart fully assembled with our lift kit, axles, senior cart floor. We've already done our handle tubes, and we've already been through pinning the handle in. Let's go ahead and do that now. We can see the full product. Just take your tubes and your factory pins. Line up your pinholes and go ahead and pin that in place. And voila! There is a Grandslam package. You saw what we went from stock to this. This is a huge game changer. You've got storage here, you've got a cutting board top. So now that we've got everything installed, you've already seen what your factory fishing mate was like with the orange tires factory. You know, and a single handle that you're pulling like a wheelbarrow. We've gone to a senior cart Grandslam package from Deerfield. We've got our lift kit, axles, beach wheel tires with sealed bearings, our storage handle. You've got all of your storage here in the handle. I can go ahead and this right here is a huge upgrade. You can put all of your stuff in here. When I get to the beach, I like putting my phone, my keys, my wallet. You can throw some packs of fish bites in here, fish gum, whatever you use, some rigs for the day. Use it as a day box.